Ever pondered how countries exchange goods and services with each other? Welcome to the fascinating world of international trade. So buckle up as we embark on this journey of exploration. International trade at its core is the exchange of goods and services between countries. This type of trade gives rise to a world economy in which prices or supply and demand affect and are affected by global events. Now let's delve into some key terms and concepts. The first one is import. When a country buys goods or services from another, it is importing them. Export, on the other hand, is when a country sells its goods or services to another. These two terms are the bedrock of international trade. Then we have trade balance, the difference between a country's imports and exports. A country has a trade surplus when it exports more than it imports, and a trade deficit when the reverse is true. Another vital term is tariff. This is a tax imposed on imported goods, and sometimes exported goods. Tariffs are used to restrict trade, as they increase the price of imported goods and services, making them less attractive to consumers. Next up is trade barriers. These are government-induced restrictions on international trade. They come in many forms including tariffs, quotas, and embargoes. And then there's free trade, a policy followed by some international markets in which countries' governments do not restrict imports from or exports to other countries. Free trade is synonymous with laissez-faire economics, a policy of minimum governmental interference in the economic affairs of individuals and society. Lastly, we have globalization. This is the process by which businesses or other organizations develop international influence or start operating on an international scale, often driven by international trade. To summarize, international trade is the lifeblood of our global economy. It involves the exchange of goods and services between nations, and the terms imports, exports, trade balance, tariffs, trade barriers, free trade, and globalization are all integral to understanding this vast and complex system. International trade allows countries to expand markets for both goods and services that otherwise may not have been available domestically. As a result of international trade, the market contains greater competition, and therefore more competitive prices, which brings a cheaper product home to the consumer. Understanding these key terms and concepts related to international trade, we can better comprehend the intricate web of global commerce that impacts our daily lives in myriad ways. So, the next time you sip on your morning coffee, remember, it's not just a beverage, it's a product of international trade.